Earthbound podcast.
Hey guys, welcome back
Hi
to episode
guys.
53.
Yippee!
Whoa! Yippee! Yippee! Yippee!
The
Yippee!
Let me tell you, I
Anniversary.
am your host, Teagues. I have a lot of things I do in my free time, you see. What do you do in your free time?
Who are you asking?
You, Chew, you don't remember the script? I gotta turn my fan off. Okay, listen guys. We may or may not have a little bit of a plan here. A little bit of an idea. So it's been a whole year.
Yippee!
Yippee!
I haven't recorded one of these for a whole year.
Guys, I haven't seen you since last year.
Yeah.
So yeah. So we
Yeah.
thought we're gonna give our special professional director's commentary on episode 1. You see.
Yippee.
And I'm gonna have a lot to say here. I have a lot to say. We might actually go kind of long because I'm gonna have to keep pausing and keep talking about stuff and keep
Yeah,
yapping
we will have to keep.
Yeah.
and give
Yeah.
insight onto details. So
The inside.
The first detail is that the day this episode is coming out will be my birthday, which was the day
Yes.
that this
No, that's
first
today.
podcast was. Yes, the day this is coming out.
yeah, today. The
Yeah,
day that we
today.
uploaded today.
Today.
It is your birthday, and you're like
and then-
14.
Yeah. And then this episode was recorded on that day. So that was pretty neat.
Yep. Yeah. So, guys, are you ready? Are you ready to start?
No.
Are you ready to fart?
Now I'm ready to start. Let's go!
Okay. First of all, look at this cinematic genius. The Earthbound. Let me pause. The Earthbound fucking podcast.
No, it's the Earthbound.
The
fucking
Earthbound
podcast.
fucking podcast. Made with intromaker.com. You know, this was a creative decision. I had to look for about 30 seconds. I looked up intro maker, YouTube intro maker, and I chose the first option. And then here, I switch it up. I use a second
Ooh.
intro after the. No one's done that. No one has
Oh.
ever done the dual intro. You see?
Dude,
one thought to do
revolutionizing
that.
technology.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And this one's it's the Earthbound podcast, really loud, super
Dude.
loud, and it's the microphone. If you don't know,
Yeah.
guys, director's commentary. This is the microphone that Chew and I use. It was like $30 on Amazon.
Yeah.
And mine is black like that, except a little bit of paint got chipped off because I scream into it and I knock it around all the time. Chew,
Mine
you
is
have like the green
green.
one.
Yeah, I apparently paid the same amount of price that for some reason the green one is more expensive than any of the other ones. And like
Yeah.
when I bought it, I somehow got it for the price that all the other ones didn't cost, so
Yeah.
I don't know what happened.
Well, I know what happened, but I'm not going to tell you. Let's move on. Then you hit him with
Then
the
a
third
third
intro.
intro.
A third intro has hit the Earthbound podcast. Your logo.
Your logo.
Why didn't you put a
Because-
logo here?
Because I want it to be abstract and I want to really inspire imagination. Because it's your logo. You're the next member. You're with us experiencing this grand experience. Your
Yeah,
logo.
you,
Think about
Franco.
that. Well, maybe not him, but
He'll probably watch this.
Yeah.
anyway. Moving on. We start.
Hey guys.
So, welcome back to episode 1. First of all, so much to unpack there. So much to unpack.
it's the first 3
That was
seconds.
the best thing I could have said. Hey guys, welcome back to episode 1. It was the welcome back to episode 1. No one's ever thought to do that before.
Dude, it's iconic. It's iconic.
No one has ever done the welcome back to episode 1 because even though it may be the first time you're listening to this, we want you to feel like you're like a family friend coming back. You're welcome here. And also, all in the text, we had been sitting in this call for like 2 hours.
Yeah.
We
It
had
was
said
either
this story
2 or
so many
3.
times.
It was 2.
I think it was
It
about
was
2 hours. We were sitting here. We were like, we have no idea when Josh is going to join. Last time we heard from him, he was at bowling, so we
Yeah.
didn't know. All we knew is that we were supposed to all hang out with like several of our other friends. No one else showed up. It was just Chu and I. This was
Yeah.
actually. This was such a depressing call before we started the recording because Chu and I were just like hanging out. We were playing Item Asylum because we didn't know what else to do, and we were just talking, and like it was just it was like a conversation that like we couldn't leave because we were waiting for Josh, but the conversation had
Yeah.
also gone on for so long that we had exhausted so many of our topics. So like it
It
got
was
to a point
also
where
it was also
yeah.
the fact that Josh at like a certain point kept on saying like, "Oh yeah, I'm on my way." Like,
Yeah.
so
And we
it
get
was like if
distracted.
we left, so we literally couldn't leave because we were still waiting for him.
Yeah,
If you
because I was
imagine if you had said something like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna be late. You guys are free to leave," or without like because I might not join. Like, imagine had you said that, literally none of this would have happened.
Yeah, it's crazy because I did mean to get there at like 8 p.m. or whatever it was. And then stuff kept happening with getting people home from bowling, stuff kept happening with Daisy, stuff kept happening with my family. And so I ended up arriving like 2 to 3 hours late. Um, and yeah, you guys had just been there and you were like, you know what? Let's just do this because we were like, well, we can do this joke. We don't have anything better to do. And
Yeah.
and here we are a year later
Well, also
because I was late to my birthday.
for the call for a while, it was like this is a point where when we were hanging out, we weren't making enough time stuff creatively because we were all like really busy at the
Yeah.
time. So we were just like the call. I was just kind of ranting to Chu. I was like, man, we need to all start like doing more stuff together and like making stuff and like being cool, which we're doing now. We weren't doing it at the time. We weren't. I don't think we were working on anything at the time.
No,
I think we were just kind of just
We were just
futzing
hanging
around.
out. We hung out every like 3 weeks at the time. we
Mhm.
we didn't have
Yeah.
something to keep us in line, to keep talking, keep yapping. And yeah, I was like, fuck, dude, we need to do something. I need to do something with my life, man. And then, as a joke, we started doing this because I don't know how, I don't know. We just mentioned because the Earthbound podcast was an inside joke for a long time. I
Yeah,
was
I
like,
think
imagine we made.
I started it, right?
I don't. You probably did. I don't remember. I think it was
I
just like,
'cause I
imagine
think
we
it was
made a
you.
podcast called the Earthbound podcast.
I don't know if I started the Earthbound podcast bit, but I started like the bit that led to the Earthbound podcast bit,
Yeah.
which was every time we would get off the call, I would add everyone in a server that we were all in, and I would say, "Have a good night and keep Earthbounding on."
Keep
And I
Earthbounding
did that.
on.
Yeah, and I did that after every call, and that eventually, I don't know if that led to me making it or if that led to you making the concept of the
Yeah.
Earthbound podcast, but it
Yeah.
was something like that.
Because it was just a stupid joke of it's the Earthbound podcast, even though I'm the only person here who has played Earthbound
Yeah.
and has beaten Earthbound.
Yeah, I don't know anything.
And neither of you have ever played it. I don't think any of the guests of you have played Earthbound, so
I don't think
yeah.
so.
Okay, hang on. So I just looked in the server. The earliest mention that like that you had said was on January, February, March, April 7th, 2022. You guys ever wonder what it would be like to have if we had a podcast? Then there was a bit where, and then on the 17th of the same month and same year, if we ever had a small audience, would you guys be at all interested in a podcast one day? And Josh followed it up with, I'm not too familiar with podcasts, but I wouldn't be opposed to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
That
thus was
was
the
when-
Earthbound podcast.
Yeah, and that was when Josh didn't really use his mic at all.
No. In fact, I think it was later that summer that you started to talk to us through your mic. Right?
Yeah.
I did not start using my mic until
It was like
the
late August, I
Splatoon 3
want to
test
say.
fire.
Because that
It
was
was
late
the
August,
Splatoon
wasn't
3
it?
test fire. It was either late August or early September.
I remember it was a little bit before I started school, so
Yeah, this would
yeah.
have been 2023.
Yeah, that would make
Yep.
sense.
Yep. I
Yeah.
think So,
But yeah, we had like plans of a podcast that early on, and because I think
yeah, it was it was a
am
joke. It was a little bit of a joke.
yeah, and I think from that point on, it was like a very much of a bit of like, oh, let's do a podcast.
Yeah, and sometimes on call I'd be like, "Welcome back to the Earthbound podcast, episode."
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
Sometimes I would just say it shit like that. But yeah, yeah, man. That's how it was. Also we're 20 seconds in. We've been recording for like 10 minutes, I think.
Yeah, it's great.
Let's get a move on. Fuck, I fucked it up already. You do.
Welcome back to
episode 1.
You can tell how tired we are.
All right,
We were
welcome to
so
episode
tired.
1 of the Earthbound podcast. I'm Chu, and this is my co-host.
I fucking thought I was the fucking leader of this.
Okay, do you want?
You were the original leader.
So go
Oh,
ahead.
who cares?
Yeah, I
I've
was
been-
the original leader for
Name's
all of
Frederick.
20 seconds.
And I
Your
claimed
name's
leader.
Frederick.
Okay, pause it.
Frederick.
Oh yeah,
Pause.
Frederick.
You'll
Frederick.
notice here that prior to Teague saying he's the host, Teague was actually on the right in the lower down
Yeah.
position, and he has since moved to the left. Teague, can you give us a walkthrough of this artistic decision?
Yeah, so basically, Chu said, "I'm the host, and here's my co-host." And I was like, I thought I was the leader of this fucking whatever. And then he gave up. He folded immediately. He didn't argue
Well,
with
to
me.
be fair, you told me you were like, "Oh, you intro," and I was like, "It's weird for a co-host to intro."
'Cause I
on the
messed
very
it up,
first
okay?
episode.
Listen, man, I messed up I tried and I failed. I couldn't do it. I couldn't bring myself. I said, "Welcome back," and I was gonna be a laughing stock if I let that continue. So I had to stop myself, man. What can I do?
I did also want to ask, was the layout for like our little guys inspired by anything, or was this like, oh, it would be cool?
It was I don't think it was directly. It was probably inspired a little bit by the Sleep Deprived because just because I knew that was a pretty efficient, at least the early episodes. I don't know what they do now,
yeah.
but the very first few where I think they were like a couple orbs in the corner. And I was like, you know what, that's a good one. I can do something kind of like that. So I just made these little displays for our icons, and I just did a picture I took on my iPhone of the Aurora Borealis that was in my backyard.
Oh,
Ooh.
that's what this has been the whole time? I always wondered
Yeah.
where this came from.
Yeah, no, I took that on my
That's
iPhone like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Wait, 2 years ago? No, I was like a year ago.
Yeah, it was with the
Yeah.
whole solar flare thing.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
Sick.
get a move on.
Okay. Well, we need to introduce ourselves to the audience.
Yeah, my name is Teagues, and I have a lot of things I do in my free time. What do you do in your free time? A lot of things. I
Well,
do in
my
free
name's
time.
Chu, and in my free
Absolutely.
time, okay.
Turn my fan off.
This is
And now pause. This was a stroke. I don't know what. It was some kind of stroke. That's all I'm gonna leave it as, because it's a transition of the intro of we're fucking it up. We don't know what we're doing. My fan is on in the background. I turn it off immediately. The figurative and the literal switch flicks, and now we're in business mode. We are professionals of our craft now. You see. As soon as I turn it off, we know what we're doing, and we do this perfectly without any mistakes, right?
Yep. No
great.
mistakes
So-
here.
Listen, it's fine. Just keep
Yeah.
going.
Keep going. Okay.
Nobody's
Well,
just
today's episode is sponsored by bread.
Sponsored by bread.
Oh, the very
Bread.
first
Very
sponsor.
Very first sponsor was bread. But few people know about this. Actually, a lot of people know about this. I think everyone who's listened to it probably knows that. But it was it was a big deal. And you may have noticed we have less and less going on. That is pretty much entirely Franco's fault. They don't want to associate with him. Anyway, moving on.
Wait,
I love
hang
me
on.
some bread.
What?
But let's talk about today's sponsor. Today's sponsor being a bunch of balloons.
Yippee! Are they filled? Are they filled with helium or perhaps some kind of air?
So
Or are they just
only
empty?
3 of them are
You didn't have that
only
much
3
time
of
to
them
prepare.
are filled with helium. Well, that's what the
Were you in a
sponsor
rush?
provided.
Well, you could have taken the time to
I
blow a
don't
few
know.
of them. You know? Do you know?
Don't.
I
What?
love Josh's no.
What do you
Don't
mean?
blow
What do
the
you mean no?
sponsors, please.
I don't want to blow up the sponsor,
White
bro.
bread.
You can't say that.
Why can I not say that, Chu? Why can I
White.
not say white bread? You know, we'll get to that in a
I
second.
don't know.
Wait, I can't say white?
Yeah.
Can't say white? I can't say you're... For reference, the word I said here was...
No.
I should have
That's not
realized.
bread.
I'm sorry.
If you censor
I
it, you
won't
should
call
do
it.
like
I
a
don't think
party
I-
horn.
Yeah. You can say that on YouTube. Can
Sure.
you call... No.
Yeah, I think
No,
you
I think
actually have to
no,
censor
They
that.
said that on Chuckle Sandwich.
Oh, then you...
They did say that on Chuckle Sandwich. Which, by the way, we have outlived Chuckle Sandwich. They are no
Dude.
more, and we are more.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
we are
we're not
yesterday.
Patreon based, like sleep deprived.
We don't require any funding. You could throw us in prison and we keep doing this.
Yeah.
We will find a way.
Yeah.
I can say that. I can say whatever I want.
That's not true.
I can say anything. What the fuck is this?
No.
I could even say that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So what do we want to talk about?
Tell me about your year. Tell me
My
about your
year?
year. Man. You know what? Tell me about your year.
It's been going pretty well. You know, I've mainly been working, but I've been doing a lot of. I think I've talked about it before. I've been doing a lot of.
We talked about it last week.
Yeah.
Tell me about your year, buddy. I know, I said that fully recognizing you've already answered this. Okay, on a scale
We're
of...
2 minutes in. We can't keep pausing.
On a scale of... Sorry, I got really distracted. I think there's a helicopter outside my house. Anyway.
Oh, I thought you got distracted by the bird.
No. On a scale of fart to hot dog, how good is your year? How big is your year?
I think it's a solid crack.
Josh?
What?
Oh, that's what your
I
year has
was-
been?
Yeah, mine's been a what?
I mean, we're like about halfway through it so far.
We are halfway through the year?
Yeah.
He's right.
I still think of it as like I'm just getting started, but no.
I know.
Yeah.
I've thought the same
That
thing.
was
like,
how it
I'm like,
felt at
oh
the
yeah, it's
time.
like the first.
Yeah.
I've already lost. It's literally all over. I should just not do anything for the next 6 months.
That was wrong, because we did a lot
Yeah,
over the next
dude.
6 months.
We did a lot.
we did a lot.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it was even in like the
Sorry,
last
yeah.
couple
Makes any
months too. It was like in the
Yeah, I was
last
gonna say,
like
should we
Two
explain
months.
to the
September?
audience at
No, we
home?
shouldn't.
Yeah,
We got shrunken by a shrink ray just now.
Yeah, I would say
we're
We're
fighting
generally
a
like
bunch
August,
of ticks
just
right now.
whatever.
recording
Yeah.
in a little hamster cage. We could
Yeah.
fight a
Yeah.
bunch of old bugs and ants.
Oh
that
wait,
crawl
let me
in.
go.
Also,
drink
what are
from
we
the
talking about?
water part on the
Shrink
side of the
ray.
cage.
So, yeah, we got shrunken by a shrink ray. That's why we're so confused. You're drinking from the hamster bottle
Yeah.
thing.
So,
Was that a good noise?
I think it was maybe perchance.
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe.
Oh wait, hang on, hey guys,
So you
wait,
can't just-
pause it.
hmm Oh, that was a good one.
That was
Oh,
good.
you know what? Let me bring this one back.
Oh yo,
That is
dude, we got a
That's
lot
one
of
of my-
good sounds today.
that's one of my favorite bits. Is
Mhm.
the can opening thing.
Just say perchance.
I will always say just perchance.
You stop saying perchance.
So,
Yeah, I don't have it in me anymore.
Less often,
Yeah,
but it
how's
still
your
comes
year
out
going so
sometimes.
far?
pretty fucking bad.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah.
It was pretty fucking bad
Um,
up until that
yeah.
point.
I had a job for a while. And I still actually
How
have a
did
job.
that
And then
go?
everything started
Oh,
turning around.
That's not like special. Because, like people just have jobs. I don't know why I'm acting like that's a special thing. Like I've
Yeah.
never had a job in my life before.
I mean, some people don't
Sometimes
have
curses are gonna be on the
jobs.
screen.
like who?
Children.
Josh.
Yeah.
Josh.
What?
No, Josh has a job.
Not right now.
No, yeah, Josh had a job.
Did he
I
quit?
genuinely was
I-
convinced at this point that you did have a job.
No,
Not for like a year.
I had gotten fired October of the previous
You can get
I
fired.
know. But you got fired?
You
Not
can get fired.
fired.
This store
What
Oh.
happened
shut down.
was, so I'm pretty sure I've explained this before, but yeah, I had work that Saturday. There was a hurricane coming through like Thursday, Friday. This was on Thursday. I was still scheduled to work Saturday. But it was clear that the place had been going downhill because we'd stopped like buying supplies and stuff, and I'd been like, I don't really know what's happening. And the other location of the same restaurant that had been like a couple towns over had closed, and then everyone had moved over to the one that I was working at. And that Thursday, I got a notification on my while I was just sitting around playing Splatoon that said, we're closing tonight and we're not reopening again ever. If you want another job, we'll hook you up with Bojangles. And I, in that moment, went, no, I don't want to go work at Bojangles.
Yeah, you don't want to work at Bojangles. I don't think that's a place you want to work.
Yeah.
That's
I
not
I don't
mostly
think
just
you want to
didn't-
have that on your resume.
I didn't want to work another job as a cook. It was
Yeah.
not pleasant when I worked
Cook
at
more
my
like
place of
cuck.
employment. But yeah, no, I did not have a job at this point.
Yeah. Well, you could have gone to like Barnes and Noble.
There is not one of those near me.
You have
You
a
could have
Barnes
worked
and
at like a
Noble.
library.
The nearest Barnes and Noble is at like a mall an hour away.
Do you have a library?
There is a library. That is actually a place I had considered working at the summer that we were recording this, and then I did not get a job there.
Damn. Well, if it makes you feel any better, finding a job is really fucking hard, and it's gonna be hard to find one. So
Yep.
get fucked,
Yeah.
buddy.
I know I am actively working on it, and yeah, it's
Yeah.
been weird.
Yeah. Anyway,
Anyways,
He's getting a job like later, I thought.
Oh,
I don't think he has a job right now.
well, we could ask him. The audience at home, we may or may not have a special
He may
guest
or may
joining
not
us.
be
in
getting a guest soon.
Yeah,
I like how at this
guess.
point you
Guest,
said may or
guest.
may not, because you genuinely
Yeah,
didn't
like,
know if I
no.
would be back.
Yeah, we didn't
in
know.
time.
No, he's like an honorary guest.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, he's a
Now
cast
he's
member.
a co-host.
Oh,
Yeah.
they're gonna say
Yeah,
something about Castle
sometimes.
Crasher, which
I
is
try to
once
be.
in a while.
Castle
Once in a
Crashers.
blue moon.
That's a segue. Now that's a segue.
Castle Crashers. What's your favorite character in Castle Crashers?
We need to play Castle Crashers again,
Are we
man.
talking base cast or are
Yeah.
we talking
I'm
DLC
talking
roster?
characters. Sorry.
That's what I'm
Characters.
saying.
Yeah, who's your favorite character?
Favorite character overall?
Yes.
Oh, wait, here it comes.
I like the pink knight. What about you?
I like the Grey Knight.
There it is.
There we go.
Absolute
I know
cinema.
I just use that to accent.
I used to do that a lot back then.
You guys say.
I like the gray.
Did you hear what I said? I said I like the Grey Knight.
I know I did, but you went.
I
Oh,
did
yeah.
not know.
Listen,
I
I
had
just
forgotten
do
that
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 now.
bit came
That's my
from
thing
this.
that I do.
Yeah.
I don't do anything else.
No, you
That's
do
a lot.
other stuff.
No, I don't do anything else.
No, I meant like hobbies, like things. I
God,
just
dude, that
do.
used to be my thing.
Like, do I
Yeah.
do anything else?
Vocal
I used to do
tics
that
is-
all
No, you
the
don't
time when
understand.
you would join a call.
You don't understand. It was a problem. I had to like train myself to not do it because anytime I thought about it or I heard someone doing it, I had to like do it. She would sometimes do it to fuck with me and call, and I'd be like, "Fuck, I have to do it." And I had to suppress the urge. It was a problem. It was like an actual vocal tick I had. It was really bad.
No, I
do is use
completely
vocal tics.
understand.
I think that's the only thing I ever
Yeah,
do.
that's the. If you could get a job in vocal tics, would you?
No.
Why? You would get
I
paid.
get paid just every time I do.
If you could get a job in
Job in
vocal
vocal
tics,
Yeah. What do you mean by that?
I don't know.
One-
Yeah,
Oh well,
you
how
would
much?
make
How much?
$20,000 every time you did.
$20,000 every time. I bet, dude. There have been some times I've made $20,000 in a year, dude. So yeah, no, I'd do that.
Shout out to my
Yeah.
You
minimum
make
wage
like
employees out there.
$20,000 in a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know
I
who?
know I'm
You
acting
know
like
who
that's
else?
crazy. What?
You know who else doesn't make that kind of money? Josh.
He doesn't make anything.
Yeah.
This is true.
He does
No.
not do
Except
anything.
he was talking
No,
about a different
Josh is
Josh
in
and didn't explain it
AW.
very well.
What?
Yeah, I'm talking about
AW.
because I remember we had a conversation
Yeah.
where we were talking about. I think you were talking about a recent
Josh.
stream where he,
You
yeah,
remember
where
when
he
we were-
revealed
Viewers at
his
home, there's two
earnings, and
million
it was
earnings.
like,
in the world.
He basically
oh, yeah,
made minimum
we have
wage.
someone
Yeah.
in our group
Oh,
chat
okay.
who may or may not be a special guest / co-host.
Yeah. And then there's
Named
also the streamer Josh. who-
Yeah.
Yeah, he actually doesn't have a job, but he is pursuing his master's in history, which is, I think, the worst thing to
I
do
forgot
in your
about
entire
that.
life.
Masters in
It's
history.
like pursuing a major in art.
It's like pursuing a major in graphic design.
couldn't do
Dude.
me.
Who would
I
do that?
know,
Do
tell
that.
me.
Dude.
Why would anyone do that?
You know what I would not do, though?
Can you pause it real
Um,
quick?
Oh, yeah.
Computer science.
Actually, this is an actual genuine question for Chu. Why did you pursue graphic design? I'm curious.
Putting him on
I
the
was
spot.
just, yeah, I was good at it in high school, and it was just something I was interested in it.
And you
and
still
then I
do
was-
it.
Yeah, I still do it.
Yeah.
You're good at it.
Like,
It's like
yeah, and I
Yeah.
did learn a lot of stuff from it. It's just not a lot of places are looking for graphic design people, and even then, a
Unfortunately.
lot of places are looking for people who know graphic design and also web design. So
yeah,
like,
web design is a
Ah.
big thing with
Yeah.
that.
yeah,
so-
which is like I learned some aspects of it, and it was literally from classes like that weren't required for my majors.
Yeah.
yeah.
But when I went into it, web design wasn't really a big aspect of it, so that's why. So I never really added classes for specifically that. So
That makes sense. Okay. I was just curious because I've always known that you had a graphic design degree,
Yeah.
but I didn't really
Yeah.
know what made you want to get it.
Yeah.
it's just I've always been I like to toot my own horn. I've always been like creatively inclined. I've always enjoyed doing art.
Absolutely.
I still do art,
Yeah.
Yeah.
creative
Exactly.
stuff, but it's just like
Is that what you did?
Yeah.
I did, and then I realized the industry is not going good places. So I was like,
Yeah.
"This is." I think I'm better off actually working at a grocery store.
By the way, this aged really bad because that fall I went back to continue graphic design. So.
you did. What is your current major, by the way?
No, I'm still going. Or not I don't know why I said graphic design. I meant computer science.
Computer science, yeah.
I said graphic design. I was self-inserting as true, but no, I'm comp sci with a little minor in music performance. So I'm well-rounded, you see. Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's just really funny because there was a year where I talked shit about college a lot because I really hated my experience there, and then I went back because I realized I had to do it if I wanted to make more than minimum wage. So yeah.
Don't
I
worry.
almost
Even if
got
you do college, you're still stuck doing minimum wage.
Let's go.
For the viewers at home.
Here are some. Well, let's see. There's several locations of the places I work, but most of them are like Midwest only. So it's like you.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I already messed it up. I said Midwest.
Guys, I live in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the viewers at home, Deeks lives in the Midwest.
Don't
Have
tell
fun
them.
searching.
Don't tell them. Oh,
I love how I
Places
went
like
have
that.
fun searching like it's a
Yeah, I was
scavenger
about to
hunt.
say, there's the entire Midwest.
No,
It's like
not
that
really.
look
one
every
old guy
time.
who like hid his
Dude, no,
Well,
treasure.
you
I-
didn't say
Yeah.
what the place is called.
They might be able to look on Wikipedia.
You don't have a Wikipedia.
No, I mean the stores.
This was a part where I was like, I kind of like joined in on bits, but at the same time, I would be like, I tried to be like the straight man
Yeah.
when it came to bits. But now
And then-
I will just absolutely just
Josh
join in on
joined.
bits.
Josh
That's
became a
become
member.
me.
Yeah. We have our straight
Yeah.
man figured out. Whenever Josh is here, we have a straight man.
Yeah.
Except for Akai, he's not straight.
Wikipedia to see where I would work.
Yeah, that's what I thought you
Imagine I had a Wikipedia.
That's what I thought you meant. I
Just a
thought you were like,
completely
they're gonna
unimportant person.
they're gonna add it to my Wikipedia page.
Completely unimportant.
You can tell how tired we were because we were
Yeah.
laughing at nothing. Like,
no.
oh no, they're gonna add it to my Wikipedia page, and we were acting like it's the funniest thing ever.
I should just get like a bunch of people together to like brute force a Wikipedia page for me. Like we all
That
rate
would
it,
be
we all
funny.
rate
Just
and,
like
vote it
someone.
up. Yeah, and
Do you think they would
just
let
like-
that happen?
No, it would get deleted like immediately once they realized it was a hoax. But like for like 5 seconds, it would be a page.
Yeah, that would be. And then you could get a screenshot and show all friends.
All of my friends. Oh,
Yeah, all 3 of them.
that's like not even everyone in the server.
Well, now you have
I know,
more.
that's
You
what I'm
reconnected with
saying.
Akai.
Oh yeah, I have 4.
Yeah.
No, actually it's 3 because Franco is a negative friend.
And D
Guys,
just
no, I-
doesn't exist.
D doesn't matter. D is out of my mind now that they're just gone. They're gone from my site. I don't have object
know
permanence,
she's-
so
You know she's gonna listen to this, right?
I don't have to think about it because I don't have object permanence. So I don't. They're not currently in call with us. So for me, they don't exist anymore. It doesn't matter.
Only 3
So
friends.
does that
and none
mean
of
you
them are
only have 2 friends? Does
Well,
Akai
no,
not exist?
my object permanence only fails to activate when it comes to D.
Yeah.
Everyone else it still works fine, but for them, if they're not here, I don't believe they're real.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have Oz and I have Apollo and I have myself. Those are my friends.
Now I have Akai too.
What about the boss?
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
don't talk about that.
We don't talk
Oh,
about
the
the boss.
boss.
Lord. I haven't brought that up in so long. I'm so
I
fuck
was-
you even
I was
remember.
about
Yeah, we're
to
not
say,
going to
I don't-
elaborate upon the
am I
boss.
allowed
We
to
never
make
will. That's a
personal
mystery for the rest of time.
insight
Same
tips?
with ghost assing.
No, only we
Not the
know what the
boss.
boss is.
The boss and ghost assing are the 2 secrets Chu and I will always have. It's a secret. Well, actually, no. Technically, the ghost assing secret is and now it's equally known about Chu and Josh. But I know
Yeah.
the true extent of the truth. You guys just know its
Yeah.
origin,
Yeah.
and I'm not going to elaborate at all.
Yeah,
About
that's
the
fair.
boss.
Find my blue sky if you
Bring
want
up,
answers. You're not going to.
Where I work.
But it's on your Wikipedia page.
Oh,
Why would
yeah.
I need to do that?
You should say the location of your job,
Okay.
like the address. And
Oh wait,
Okay.
pause for a
Yeah.
second.
Yeah.
I worked when this was first recorded. I'm still working at the exact same
You are.
location.
Same
Yeah,
one for a while, man.
Yeah.
yeah.
Listen,
Well,
man, you're better at holding your job
it's-
than us.
it's stable and it's all right. It doesn't make a lot of money, but it's something, which I'm
Yeah.
very grateful for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, give me a second. Let me pull it up.
You're gonna say fucking like.
I think
Like,
I was looking
so-
up the
I
the
wanna
White
say the name of
House
each place where I-
address, right?
No, you should say it.
I should say that's
Yeah.
not a joke.
I don't
That's
remember if
something
you
that-
actually did say it.
I did. For reference, no, I'm not going to say it. I was going to say it, and then I realized I'd have to go back and censor it again. I don't want to do that. But Akai would probably know it. Because we talked about this. Akai and I went to the same school. We were in the
Oh,
same
yeah.
area. And then he abandoned me. In senior
he's-
year. Oh, yeah. Well, that's not... No one knows that yet. That was a secret.
Oh,
Oh no.
Well, I'm gonna
censor
forget
that. Censor that.
I'm gonna forget to censor that. Akai's getting doxxed. You know that at some point he's
I need to censor that now. But that's like actually like 10 minutes from me, so I can't say that. But they don't even have good pizzas actually.
the pizza actually fucking
It's
sucks.
like really salty, so don't even come over here. Don't
No,
come here to
Albert.
Yeah,
Were you gonna say it again?
yeah, it was. I was gonna say the full address actually. I was gonna pull it up and say the address of the place, so I had to censor that too.
Man, for a podcast
For a
that we're doing
podcast,
it,
yeah,
like,
that's like I'm getting my. I could have had no work to do on this. I could have uploaded this raw.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're giving. forward.
Now I have to just edit it. Well, that's fine. That's fine.
Now you have to scrub through it and find all the things
I
you have to
scrub
censor.
through it. Yeah. Oh man. So
So
Whoa.
so let's take a moment
So,
to talk about today's sponsor, bread.
Is not very healthy for you usually.
Yeah, it has a lot of.
But don't tell them we said that.
Yeah, don't tell. They're gonna take their money back.
They're gonna be mad that we didn't talk good about our sponsor, every bread company in the world.
They didn't take their money back.
It's the people
No,
that make
I still have
it. No, you can't say actual brands are gonna sue us.
Oh,
They're
you're
gonna
right.
find this. They're gonna find out.
You're gonna find the Earthbound podcast.
They're gonna know.
They didn't find it, luckily.
Nope.
Not yet.
Well.
Maybe give it another year.
Wheat
Yeah.
farms.
Yep. The
Bread company.
whole grain bread company, and the
Yeah,
white bread company.
the waterfall wheats.
I don't know why I said that. I think I was just.
Of the.
Say that.
I definitely.
That's a really good screenshot, by the way. I know where you found that shit, but you sent it to me one day, and I saved it.
I saw
Yeah.
it like on
Everyone
like a
says
post
that.
or something,
My grandmother.
and I was like,
called
"That's
that.
funny. I should send it to Tees."
Why? Why did she call you that?
She said it's really funny if you say that to people.
Why?
No, my grandmother did not say that.
I was about to
I
say.
don't think that term was even like. I don't think that existed when my grandmother was around. She was like literally like 300 years old. She saw the cavemen.
She.
The worst joke she was
saw.
ever
That's
made.
my favorite. That's my favorite thing on the playground.
What the fuck are you talking about?
You know?
She saw. That's like, dude. You know that reminds me of your speech class where they told you to pronounce every S as an S.
Yeah,
Dude.
okay, for the viewers.
Oh,
at
that's
home.
This
a
is a
story
story.
you
This is
can tell,
an entire
yeah.
saga.
This-
Your
so-
speech class
This
that
is
ruined your
this is a
life.
classic.
So for the viewers at home, when I was like young, like not even like in kindergarten, there was this program that was in my school for developing like speech and like getting rid of speech disorders at a young age. I'm telling the story. What do you want me to
I don't know why I made that
I'm giving a
noise.
live critique
Okay.
reaction.
I remember I was like, why is he interrupting me in the
I'm
middle of
telling-
story time?
No, I'm going.
I think because it sounded
That's
like you
how
were
I-
stuttering a
Oh,
little
oh,
bit,
you're
which was
not-
I
No,
feel like
I
I've gotten
was-
better in
no,
the
I
past
was
year,
I'm
though.
just making that noise.
Oh,
because it's
absolutely.
fun.
Oh.
Let's
Yeah.
tell your little story. You
All right,
freak.
so I was for some reason.
So
Yeah, sorry.
I don't know why
At
it
a
was like
young
that.
age. Sorry, my brain.
This is like what you do
weird.
with
Now
D,
we're,
Chew.
you know, we're it's like
Yeah.
it's like we're
Dude,
seeing the intro before we
I've
see the
become T.
intro. We see the effects of it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we see the effects.
It's like we see a war veteran before he
Yeah,
tells us a
it's
story.
like the butterfly effect for what happened.
Yeah, yeah.
Dude,
So
this podcast is the butterfly effect.
because my
Kind
mom
of is.
wanted me to have like
Kinda,
extra practice.
Oh,
yeah.
wait, pause.
Tell what's happened here. So, you were talking a little bit, and basically, I don't know what happened. I just kept interrupting you. For reference, I wasn't really that experienced with OBS at the time because this was like the first time we recorded anything in so long. And so I kept just making random noises, partially out of boredom, and also because I kept wanting to look at the levels on OBS to make sure my mic was at the right level. Because at this time I recorded everything on the same audio track. Now my mic is on a separate track from everything else, and everything else shares the same track. But anyway, car. At some point, you were talking, and I just went like, "Oh yeah," and then we went on this huge tangent. And at some point, I don't know, we started talking about something else, and I forgot about the original story. And I just did a perfect Knuckles impression. I went like, "Oh no!"
Yeah.
The sound he
Yeah.
makes in Sonic Adventure 1, and then I stopped the recording because I wanted to make sure it didn't like corrupt. And then because I stopped it in a bad way, like basically when you stop recording on OBS, it like it like pauses for a second where it says like stopping recording. If you press it again really quickly in that point, it will like interrupt that process and it will usually corrupt it. So like
Oh,
you lose
wow.
like a little bit of the tail of that, so you miss out on like a minute or two of the recording. So that's what happened. Anyway, that's why absolutely nothing of value was lost. It was like the worst conversation. We got nowhere with our conversation.
I would
But
love
also,
to have heard your Knuckles impression. Sounds awesome.
Oh, no.
You cut it off specifically to save the Knuckles impression.
I did.
and now it's lost media.
Oh no. Yeah.
That's really good.
But
That's really good.
anyway, also I want to shout out. This is the first time I used the skateboarding cat. I just really liked this
Yeah.
video, and then it became the outro to all of my videos on YouTube.
Yeah,
So yeah,
really fun.
get Wi-Fi anywhere you go.
Hold up. That's another video I really love.
That was a good video. But yeah, that's that. God, that's just a good fucking video.
I have.
Yes.
Maybe I do have ADHD.
That's where you
Have
come
not
back
even
from.
diagnosed?
Maybe I
I've
do
been
have
totally switching that I
ADHD.
don't have it.
There's
Dude,
no
you're
way
That's
just
not
like
true.
D, bro.
I have
I am normal.
I do not have I
You saw
fuck. I don't have ADHD.
the vocal meter on OBS and you went, oh yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to test my audio levels. I wanted this to be bad. Listen, I care so much about the quality here that I'm peaking the mic constantly.
Yeah, you are.
It's fine. It's fine. Just. Listen, I'm really just hyped that I did a perfect Knuckles impression.
Yeah, for the audience at home, Teach did a purple.
I did a
Purple.
purple guy
Purple.
Knuckles.
Yeah, did a
Purple
purple
Knuckles.
knuckles.
I think it's
impression.
really
You never
interesting.
talked about.
Can
You
you
never
pause it
actually
real
finished your
quick?
story.
I think it's really interesting too how initially you would say for the audience instead of for the audio listener.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't remember. I don't remember when the audio listeners things.
I
Episode
don't
2, I
remember
think.
either, but I fully stole it from Chuckle Sandwich because
But it doesn't make any sense because. What do you mean the audio? They're like the entire thing is audio.
I just thought it was funny. I think that was the bit I was going for. Because like they would record like their cameras and also do
Yeah.
like just put it out as like audio. And so occasionally Ted will be like, "Oh yeah, for the audio listeners, Schlatt just did this." And I think because like this was during the time where I wanted to be like the straight man, I was like,
Mhm.
"Oh, I'm like Ted for Chuckle Sandwich," and Tease is like Schlatt.
You're like Ted, the movie by the
Yeah,
Family Guy guy.
and now I'm like Ted, the movie by Seth MacFarlane.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just really interesting to me to not hear you say audio audience.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true, man. That's real. Yeah.
Yeah,
Fucking
because
start.
someone went
This is, I
you
swear,
know,
this is the
Knuckles
worst
impression.
like combination of people to have a podcast. It's like it's just we're just constantly getting sidetracked. There couldn't be a
I
worse
was on
mix.
the right track and you were.
I did ruin it, but to be fair, you also didn't get back on track.
Well, it's kind of hard to.
Whoa, yeah, you're making excuses.
All right, so back on track now.
Yeah. Shut up, just go and just talk.
All
You freak. You freak.
I called you a foot freak. I don't know
Alright.
why.
So where was I?
I thought you called
yeah,
me a
my
freak.
mom
I didn't realize you called me a foot freak.
Yeah, my mom
Called you a
put me
foot
in
freak.
this.
I'm sorry. I know. I totally need to respond to that.
You want me to
I was
explain
like,
this? in the-
you're in this call, the anthill. That's what I was being.
The
Oh,
anthill.
Oh, can you
Okay,
pause
we'll
it?
call
Where
Oh,
is
yeah.
the anthill?
Yeah.
So I wanna explain a little bit about this. This is my development commentary. The reason this is called the Anthill is because one day I was being really autistic about this game called like The Bee's History, which was like a bee swarm simulator type game on Roblox. And the same developer had also had another project in progress called The Anthill. And I was talking about it to Teagues and just yapping and yapping. And so when I said The Anthill, Teagues just went, The Anthill.
I was hyping you up.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
were. And you did that every single time I said The Anthill. So
Anthill.
Yeah.
I actually,
No.
I don't know if you know this, lore. I don't know how well you remember. We were recording like this an earlier video before we actually did
Yeah.
full work. We tried recording it. I didn't get around to editing it
Yeah.
because I was really busy at the time. I think it was like February of that same year actually. But basically, Chu was like he had to go do something. And so we were just hanging out and calling. I had the recording rolling. I have that like on deck.
You
I
have
considered
that?
putting it in a clips video. If I do another clips video at some point, I'm probably gonna put that in because I actually I was forgot the last time I meant to. I meant to utilize it. I never did, but
Oh,
I
that's
have it.
great.
I
I
might
did
use
not
it.
know you had that. The dev team that was making those Roblox games has since broken up, so the Anthill is never going to actually be a game. But
Dude, so it's just a bit in our group now.
pretty much, like the game still exists, you can still find it, but I think the most like important thing that it will
The
have
biggest
on the
cultural
face of...
impact is an inside joke that we have.
Yeah. Uh,
Yeah, man, that's all
but
it
I
needs.
haven't thought about that in forever, so I just had to call it out.
Yeah, man. Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, we're at the Earthbound podcast in the Anthill.
Okay, so
I
like
think another reason you said it was because the Item Asylum
I'm
server
gonna,
that we
like, have to
recorded
tape
this
my
on
mouth
is
shut.
called
Hold
the
on.
Anthill.
You talk.
Yeah.
Oh, well, speaking of which, here is our third
And you arrived
co-host.
20 minutes in, or 17
No,
minutes,
no,
I should
no,
say.
no, no.
Oh, and be real.
No, no.
OBS actually muted
We're
all of my
so
You didn't even know we were
quiet.
so I
recording
didn't
at
hear
that
you
point.
join. Welcome
I didn't.
Welcome
to
We're
the Earthbound
Bound
podcast.
Podcast.
I was so confused. I was still
A
recording on
podcast
like
where
a
we talk about the
2005
newest
webcam at this
trends and
point.
tips in
You were.
technological. Fuck this.
Yeah, we're like
Just-
Linus Tech Tips.
I'm
but we're
gonna
better.
join your Item Asylum game.
Oh, I'm not even playing. I'm
Yeah.
downloading
I'm
OBS.
jumping around. 'cause
Listen,
I'm-
listen,
For
listen.
reference, I was on a
You guys
laptop
had-
back
Podcast.
then.
We're in a
I was doing
Yeah.
all our video stuff on like a laptop. When we did our first like main channel uploads, I had a different computer in my house I would move to, but it was in like a different part of my house. So I would use that for like Resolve and stuff, and then these I would record them and edit them on my laptop, and it was like I couldn't run other things at the same time because it would like it was just
Oh,
a
I know what
single
you're
laptop.
talking about.
It was like
Yeah,
$200.
Because literally,
So-
you didn't have enough RAM to do anything else.
Yeah, well, I don't know if it was RAM. I think it was just RAM was one of the things. Yeah, actually, but just all of the specs on that laptop were super bad. And then at some point I upgrade. So yeah,
We're in a podcast.
Yeah.
We're in a
Oh, you're at.
podcast.
I figured
It was getting
'cause
really
you're
hot,
in
so
the
I had to leave.
anthill.
Yeah.
No, that wasn't even it. We just did this. We're not even. I'm not even looking. I'm not recording the screen. I'm just recording the audio.
That VC
Yeah.
is still called the
Fair
Anthill.
enough.
it is, and
Oh,
we
that's
don't
great.
use it anymore.
So,
But
listen,
it's there.
We have
You know what?
we have a
let's-
group chat
I
now.
don't even care about your story anymore.
do.
We got too sidetracked.
Oh yeah.
We were gonna.
Should I tell?
Okay, listen. We can get first. Let's introduce. Hello.
Hello.
Where'd my co-host
So pause real quick.
Oh,
Oh, sorry.
I did not realize that was meant to be my introduction. I thought you
I'm
said
aware.
we're gonna introduce, and then I thought you were gonna be like, Josh. I didn't realize that was like the segue for me to then start talking because I had no idea what was going on at this moment.
Oh, it was your segue. No one else's segue.
Yeah, and I
You ever
completely
been on
botched
segue,
it.
buddy?
I have not.
Are you doing a bottle run right now?
A
No.
what?
Are you doing a bottle run?
Are you noob
perhaps-
level or are you Chuck Norris level?
Dude, are you doing like a spike fall? Or, dude, are you doing like a surf?
Oh, you're talking about Happy Wheels.
Are you doing a knife throw? Or a sword throw, I should say.
Did you hit the?
Oh,
Are you
man.
gonna hit the Justin Bieber?
are you gonna reach Chuck Norris or maybe even PewDiePie?
Dude.
Oh man. Anyway,
I didn't realize I
Anyway,
was.
who are
to
you?
speak there.
Who's this guy?
Who are
actually?
you?
I didn't invite
Um,
you. I'm
Oh,
your
oh.
big
No,
day.
he invited us.
Oh yeah.
I think you actually left for a second,
Oh,
but I
you
didn't
did.
record it.
I did
You
leave the
did.
call.
It's
I don't. Yeah, I didn't
someone's-
pick up because
someone's
OBS,
special
but it
right
was so.
here.
I had stream mode on.
And his name is.
I'm Joshua. Or Josh.
And his
Not
full
to
legal
be
name.
confused with the Josh we were talking about before.
Yeah.
The streamer.
But it is to be confused with the Josh that we were also talking about before that one.
Yeah.
Because
So,
it's the same person.
yeah, for the
actually
audience
it's
at
not
home.
confusing. Okay, well listen. It's your big day. Is it not?
Indeed. Yes.
You're turning what?
19.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can we get a
I'll be
round of
turning
applause
20.
for that one? For
I
that
can't.
one?
This comes
You're
out.
28. That's a big gap from 19. You
Dude.
aged 9 years. And
What
then
happened?
1 year. Don't
You
start.
know-
Don't start smoking, man.
College happened too.
Oh yeah, that does happen.
Yeah.
I can't. My hand.
Josh, I wanted to let you know that turning 20 is like the most boring thing because you don't get to do anything special like drink and drive. And when you
Oh, I
hit
know.
21, that's also not special because you've probably already done that. So it doesn't really matter. You just get to be illegally buy it for yourself now.
Hands are
Yeah.
occupied.
I've never
My hands are
drunken
occupied.
alcohol before.
I got one hand on the wheel and one hand on the drink.
Well, I have apparently.
You got one hand on the bev.
Oh, yeah.
I have a genuine question. How long have you guys been doing this?
Doing
Like 20
what?
minutes about?
Yeah, no, it has been 20 minutes that we've. This is a long. Listen, we're doing long
Dude,
content now.
look at
This
the
is
time.
Yeah.
At this
Dude.
point, this
So,
episode that
the,
we've been
history
recording
of,
now has been like, what,
Scooby
45
Toilet
minutes?
speed running.
Well, it's a little long. As long as we don't have any more major pauses, we don't spend 20 minutes
Shut up,
in
just tell your
5 minutes.
story.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've
Tell
been
Tell your
trying
story,
to.
Chew.
Yeah.
Should I tell my story, guy?
I'm
Tell your
actually
story,
leaving the
Gaylord.
game because I think it's lagging my recording.
What? Oh, okay.
Hey, it's
Hold
Pride
on,
Month. man.
I'll
You
be
can't get
back.
offended
I'll be
about
back. We need to do work right now.
Okay.
We're on the
Yeah.
clock right now, you see.
Yeah, I got
That is
you.
true. Happy Pride Month.
You stop by?
Hell no.
No.
Oh, pause. I
Yeah.
need to talk about this. I need to rant about this because everyone who has ever. Well, wait, was this the moment? I forget if this was the moment. There's some moment in here where I get censored. 'Cause
Oh
it's
no, this was
you
not the
saying,
one.
Okay,
No,
This
it's
is
okay,
not
the
that
I'll bring it up again when that happens.
Yeah.
I know what
yeah.
you're talking about.
This time,
I just said
you were
someone's
asking us
name.
about some of our friends. You asked us about
Yeah.
Saren, who was once a guest, appeared on an episode one time. Didn't make it back to the next didn't pass didn't get accepted into the next episode, I should say. Just application wasn't strong enough, you know.
Yeah. They need
Yeah.
more references.
Yeah, unlike Franco, who obviously is very good at this kind of thing, apparently.
Very qualified.
Yeah. But yeah, that's who we
I'll
were talking about.
pause
And
and
I
talk
censored
about
it
it.
because I didn't know if we were going to include people's names because like they didn't know, no one knew this was happening except for the three of us at the time. So I was like,
Yeah.
maybe I shouldn't include people.
That's fair.
Keep in mind, we
I
also
was
recorded this
was
on a
here,
Tuesday
but,
night,
yeah.
and you uploaded it on like
You
Wednesday
don't get to have a
morning.
Happy birthday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man, I didn't have anything going on
Oh,
that
you don't-
night.
So you literally like spent all night
We
uploading.
recorded
for-
it
for
and
audience
then
listeners
stayed
at
up.
You mean
Uh,
audio listeners?
yeah,
They
for
don't
the
know
audio
who those people
listeners.
are. You're introducing new characters.
That's what I'm saying.
Listen,
I
the
was-
narrative is becoming too confusing. This is like you can.
So then let me work out the narrative.
No. Just do you can do one character per episode.
All right, and it's Josh.
Today's episode is we get to meet Josh. How do you feeling, Josh?
Pretty good. I went bowling with some friends.
Really? Can you say the address of the bowling place?
Yeah.
No.
I said the address of the pizza place near me.
I just thought no.
Did you
No.
really?
No,
Yeah.
but I said the name of
He
it.
said what it was.
I said the name of it, and there's only one of them in existence. So basically, but a little post editing can be done.
Yeah. He's gonna have to scrub through it.
I'll be rubbing and scrubbing all the audio.
I don't know
I'm
why I
sorry.
was so obsessed with the
Just
term
stop talking
scrub
before you-
through it.
Well, I'm trying to tell the story, and you're like,
You're not try. You're definitely not
I
trying.
am.
At this point, you'd been trying to tell the
am.
story for
Shut
like
up.
15
am.
minutes.
I
It's Silver from Sonic the Hedgehog.
It's no use.
It's
Tell
no
your story,
use.
Gaylord.
Okay.
I feel like I could be a good voice for Silver.
So
Could
when
you?
I was
Probably.
younger, in about
Yeah, you could.
kindergarten, my mom put me into an advanced
Now I know what kind of
speech
twink you are.
learning class, whatever it was officially called,
What?
and it was to help develop like speech or something. I don't remember what the exact qualifications of it were, but it was to help me like learn how to speak properly and things like that. When I knew how to speak properly, so I got in there, and the entire like out of like 15 classes, I spent the first 14 just not taking it seriously, not really like doing anything that they told me to do, and I was just like, I don't need to do this. Why am I here? And then I don't remember what it was. I think I was just told that I should try more in like school.
You need to
Or
try
maybe-
harder.
Yeah, exactly. I
You
don't
need to
remember.
Speak louder.
Yeah, but I think it was just in school in general, and because of that, I was like, I need to try harder.
Oh, you
I need
were
to try
you
harder
were a
in this
criminal.
school.
You were a delinquent. You were a bad boy.
Yeah,
Because that's what
exactly.
that's what you
I
are
was
right
a
now.
lawbreaker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm in.
you-
I'm
criminal.
audio listeners at
Recording
home.
from jail.
Yeah,
There it
audio
is.
listeners
That's
at
the
Oh,
home.
audio
there it
listeners at
is.
home.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm spending my hour of free time recording this podcast.
Yeah, it's okay. I'll pay your bill.
Thanks, man.
Up $5 of it.
Yeah, I did some illegal jaywalking. So anyways,
Did you guys know that jaywalking was a crime invented by the motor
I don't
industry?
remember what the exact reasoning was.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh, I
I
need
did
to
not
try
actually,
harder
but
at
that
school. And
seems-
It's
so,
technically not even a real crime.
essentially,
Wow, so do it.
essentially, I was like, okay, I'm going to try. And I actually listened to them. And when I did, they told me that whenever I should make the S noise, I should make the SH noise.
Shit.
Yeah, so whenever I had to sit down, I had to shit down.
Oh.
Yeah. And so that day I came home and I used all the tips that they told me about, and I was like
Mhm.
talking to my mom, and she's like, "Wait, why are you doing that?" And I was like, "Oh, well, they told me to say it like this." And she was like, "Yeah, we're not gonna. You don't have to go to the speech class anymore."
Oh, and then everything was fine.
Yeah, and then I never spoke wrong ever again.
You've never stuttered before?
No,
Nope.
I didn't intend to
Nope.
stutter when I said that, but I was making fun of you.
Convinced.
Yep. So that was the story that I've been
That-
trying to tell for the past like 10 minutes.
Yeah, we're almost half an hour in, by the way.
Yeah.
We're not
25
for this
minutes,
one.
26.
You should
Nope.
divide this up into
This will
like
be our
5
extra
different
special
episodes.
long
No,
episode.
it's fine.
Yeah,
It's
dude,
fine.
it's a special day.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Sorry, I made a noise and
Yeah, I know. I was like, what are we doing here?
I made a noise and just everyone disappeared, popped out of the room.
Yeah.
Josh, tell us something.
Tell us something about yourself.
My bank thought I had fraudulent charges today.
Really?
Yeah,
Because it was your birthday?
yeah.
Why
Have
would
you
they
had
say
fraudulent
that?
charges since then?
Do
I
they
have
hate
not.
How do you
birthdays?
know it
Um,
was your bank?
So
'Cause
I'm sure I'll probably explain it.
Okay.
They were not
Contacted
fraudulent
by them.
charges,
What if they were just claiming to
um,
be your bank and they were lying and they were scammers?
but I had bought like
that would
like an
certainly be something.
arcade card charges or whatever, and I had done it like enough
Yep,
times,
that
don't
would
like
be
think so.
something.
No, because
enough
I
like
got a text
$1
recently
purchases or
that
something
was from
stupid like that.
that like I immediately
That
knew
my
it was
bank
a scam
started
because I
freaking
got
out.
this text saying $200 have been extracted from your bank account to buy AirPods, and it said it was from a bank in a city that I don't live anywhere near.
Okay.
I reminds you, if
And
you
I
guys
was
gotten that
yep,
scam
that's my
that
bank already.
people
Yeah, well,
fuck,
they took out
they say that like you
$200
from a
passed
bank
by
that I
a
don't
toll
use,
road
so I guess
like
that's their
illegally and
problem.
didn't
I
pay.
have.
Yeah.
So
There was
Dude,
have.
wait, hang on.
Sometimes-
I have a
got
funny story about
text,
that. I got one of those earlier today that was like, "Oh, your package is currently in transit. We need you to
Oh,
fill in this
yeah.
information." But it was a group chat of me and like 10 other people. I'm like, come on, you're not even trying, man. You're like, come on, you can do better than that.
That's
Yeah.
really funny.
The other day that was like, "Oh, your UPS package isn't being processed correctly."
Oh,
Click
hey,
the
what do you know?
link."
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It was a text message too, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, that's so great."
No,
That's so
they
crazy.
send you like one of those shortened URL links.
Yeah,
They don't just send you a normal link.
yeah. Let me.
I've gotten one that's like it's a text, but it's from like an email.
Your package has arrived at the
And
distribution.
it's like from
yeah.
like a straight up
unable to
Gmail, and I'm like,
due to
how do you
incomplete
do
address
that?
information. Please
Yeah.
click on the HTML file.
Where'd you send it?
I didn't send it. I
Oh.
have it up on my.
Okay.
Shocked I
It's
didn't
like
delete it because now whenever those
HTML.
happens, I will just literally
Yeah.
delete it.
Like, oh,
As
yes,
soon as I can.
That'll work.
Yeah, same.
What if it was just your bank and they don't know better, and you
Yeah,
actually
they
aren't
don't
being
know-
scammed, and
they
you just
don't know
lost
how-
$3,000?
Yeah. Like my package was that important.
Oh my god.
What?
So, someone just threw a tank at me.
Yeah, in real life.
Holy,
In real life.
Holy moly! Holy moly!
really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's actually amazing because I only know one person who owns a tank. That person is
Mr. Beast.
yeah.
Oh,
This was
boy.
before his controversy
Why
too.
did you say
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
sarcastically?
Yeah, which is
I don't
insane
know, I
because
figured
it's
that,
only
like,
been
Mr.
a
Beast
year.
would, like,
It
actually
feels like
send
it's been
people
so
right.
much longer since the controversy
Like
started.
Mr. Beast would throw a tank
Yeah.
at you for like a video, you know? Didn't he make a video recently where he was like, I chained 100 people to a tree in the forest for a year and gave them $1 million for every year that they stayed. Right?
I don't know if that's true.
I'm pretty sure.
I think it's true.
Look at his recent uploads.
I think it was.
I
actually
think it's true.
Right?
It sounds like something he would
Yeah.
do.
It's
Right.
very similar to something he did. I
Right,
know he did
chat?
something like that for a fact.
No. So, tell me about your future prospects.
Well, let's see how accurate this is.
Both of you at the same time.
Money.
Well, I'm actually.
That's not
hoping
true.
to,
That's
more
not true.
like sprites and games and stuff.
That's also not
Like,
true.
sprites
That's
as
also
in,
not true.
Yeah, that's
like,
also
fairies
not
and
true.
stuff.
Sprites as in the soda brand.
Whoa, that's how you
Yeah,
make lean, by the
yes.
way.
Yes, to both of those.
Viewers at home make lean right
If
now.
you ever need to make lean, take some NyQuil and some Sprite.
Yeah. Dude, my high school had a big issue with lean. This is true.
Did it actually?
Yeah, because I think there was just a supplier in the area who had access to a lot of like the liquid like cough medicine, and so like
Was
people
this
just got
Akai?
it easily, like kids got it.
No,
so.
Akai did not make
Wah,
lean.
wah. Wah, wah.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
We both went
What
womp
happened?
womp.
Someone just threw a giant alien at me.
Really?
Whoa.
Again?
Whoa!
Yeah.
It sounds like you're having an interesting day, Mr.
People are just
Josh.
throwing stuff at your house, man.
Yeah, I am. It's okay though.
So
I've
what
got
was the best
insurance.
gift you have today?
Also, like, this is my old
You
chair. You
got
can hear
today.
every time I move. You can just hear it
Oh,
creaking.
I thought that was my chair. I'll be honest.
I think that was mine. I don't know.
There's no right or wrong
Uh,
answers. Just say something.
I actually need to think about this.
Anything.
Anything. I've changed voices like 40 times this episode.
Yeah, it's great.
You have 10 seconds to say something.
Say something, Josh.
You have 5 seconds to
I'm-
say something.
I'm not really sure.
Okay, now that it's been a year, do you know
He's
for
so
sure?
stoic, chat.
I
He's so
Have you
humble.
decided?
I wasn't
He's so
paying attention
humble.
to what the question
He
was.
won't
What
put
was the
people on the
question?
scale. He won't
What was
rate
the
them.
best-
What's your
He
favorite
Yeah.
birthday
won't compare
present?
people to
He
each other.
can't. He can't.
He's so kind.
Um,
You know what? But you were wrong. The best gift you had today
I
was a gift that you got to wake up in
I
the
still
morning. You got to stand up with your own two legs, and you got to go up and got to walk out of your room and
I
go
still can't
downstairs and
remember.
drink a big
Honestly,
glass
I
of water.
don't.
You went to
Actually,
the
no.
kitchen. You
You
grabbed
know
a
what?
big glass.
It's not the best, but I will talk about the time
What,
that
you
my
use a
parents
ladder?
Yeah.
had me and
I
my
just
brother
thought
go
the
on like
second
a
floor.
treasure
Dude, your
hunt.
house is just
Like they would
flat.
write
You
pieces
live
of
in a
paper,
cave.
hide them around the
Well,
house, and then
I
like
mean,
each
there's
one
an attic, but I
next
don't
one.
live in
And
that.
then
Well,
eventually
that
it
is
led
a
to the
second. That's
backyard
basically a second floor.
where
when
we
you think
dug a
about it,
hole
right?
and we dug up Skylanders Swap Force. And that was a
More of
pretty
a
good one.
storage unit, honestly.
You could
like
live
up
there.
right?
You could live in the
Haven't been-
attic.
That
You
was a
could
A
be
pretty
storage
fun present.
container.
You could. live
Also,
in
I
the
like how
attic.
you're
Yeah.
talking about that, and
You
now
could
we're
live
in the
in the
episode.
attic.
We're talking about living in a storage container.
I will not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, why not?
apparently I won't.
I don't really want to.
No,
You know where I
understandable.
don't live is
Apt
the attic.
reasoning, past Josh.
You know where I don't live? This specific address.
Put it on screen.
Put it on screen right now.
I didn't put it on screen.
Why didn't you
Well,
put it
I
on
actually-
screen?
I'm not putting an address on
Also,
screen.
don't live in the barn.
I'm not What's his name? I almost said Rambo. I meant
What
Rainbow.
The barn at my house.
You have a barn at your house?
Yes, I have a barn.
I don't
Me.
remember if this was new information to
I
me.
know.
I'm saying it.
What,
like,
that had
for
a
the,
barn?
I have a
listeners
barn.
at home.
Yeah, no, I was
own a
just like,
barn.
I
And
can't
there's
remember
stuff
if
in
you
it.
had told
No
me before,
animals.
or
It's
if
actually just
I
for storage,
genuinely
but there used to
didn't
be
know, and I
chickens
was
in it.
like, oh,
There
you
used to
have
be
a barn?
horses. We don't have that
Had a barn
anymore.
back in the
Why?
day.
Been a long time, and they all
Horses.
died of old age.
Aw.
Like
People
Quibble
die
Reese.
when they get too old. You see.
Yeah, man. Well, kills aren't horses.
This is true.
Let that.
It's-
Thank you. Who said that? Raise your hand. You?
It was
Thank-
me.
Thank you. Thank you for your appreciation.
Yeah, you're welcome.
No.
So what do you want to talk about?
What do you want to talk
I
about?
honestly don't know.
Well, what did you think
How did we
about
do
the
this
I
for
like-
51
I
more
like-
episodes,
Oh, yeah,
bro?
that's
I like how
Oh.
you waited for
I
me
really
to get
liked it.
there, and I'm just like, I don't know.
Well, are you gonna play the Mario game?
Yeah.
Are you gonna play Perfect Dark for the Nintendo Switch?
Oh yeah, there was a direct
I
that
would
day.
if I had
Oh, yeah.
the
Oh, yeah,
Switch
there
Online.
was.
Are you gonna play?
I forgot about that. There's gonna be
Turok for
another
the Nintendo
direct on my
Switch?
birthday too. They're doing
Oh,
the
wait,
Donkey Kong
really?
direct.
Oh, yeah, they are
In a
going to
couple
do
days.
that.
4 for the Nintendo Switch.
Oh, you mean
today,
Metroid
right?
Prime.
Yeah, today.
Uh,
Earlier
or-
today.
I'm not sure.
Metroid 4
I
probably
d- I
came out in
missed
like
it. I didn't know.
1986.
No.
Don't you remember how on the NES games used to get like 10 sequels in a row? Like Mega Man probably got up to like 9 back on the NES.
Yeah.
That's not true, but it got a lot.
Yeah,
It
Mega
did
Man-
not
That
a
is-
They
lot.
definitely had at least like 4, right? I think that Mega Man definitely got up to 4 on the NES.
That might
right?
be true.
I think they did.
Yeah.
Shout out to my boy
Very
Mega
minimal.
Man.
Did you ever play a Mega Man game?
I played a little bit of Mega Man X.
A time or
That
two,
is
but
true.
not really very
Well,
much.
don't, because it's difficult and it's not fun.
I have not played any Mega Man since this day. Fun fact.
Damn.
Okay then.
I love the silence that
Thanks.
we're getting. There's 3 people talking and we just can't fill
Yeah.
the silence.
Yeah. Well, I didn't
That
know what
is
to say.
Still true, but less true
Yeah.
than it used
Yeah.
to be.
What is your favorite?
Yeah,
Mega
we
Man?
fill in silence pretty well.
Mega Man 0.
Except
I
that
get-
one
I
time where
can.
we were silent for like 10 minutes.
So do you like 0 or do you like Mega
Yeah,
Man?
well, you
Oh,
had to
0,
contemplate
more
what
than
I
Mega
said.
Man. Well, that's like, you said Mega Man X.
Yeah.
So what's like, what, do you like Mega Man or do you like X?
X.
Well, Mega Man X was better than all the Mega Man games.
Yeah, especially because he could do that thing where it's like he's firing, a Hadouken.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you got all the
Yeah.
armor pieces, he could fire a Hadouken.
Yeah.
Mega Man.
Yeah.
That's where you live.
What do you are you in like a seaport, like a dock area? Are you looking through shipping containers on a boat? Are you a castaway on a ship? What are you talking about?
Ironic that you
Speaking
say that.
of castaways, Castle Crashers, am I right?
Is our favorite game.
Yep. That's our
Yo.
And actually, we heard our opinions, but we didn't hear your opinion, Josh. You weren't here. What is your favorite Castle Crasher character?
Great question. I haven't played all of them. I know. I'm a.
Oh yeah, that was the one.
Okay,
That's what.
pause
Yeah,
it.
that was.
Pause it. Okay. Everyone, every friend I've shown this to, who I'm like, hey, you should check this out. They're always like, why did you say that? And I'm like, okay, I didn't. I said something about how I don't. Whatever. Teague said that.
You cut out. You cut
Teague's-
out.
Oh my god. Okay, I was saying something about how I play the Blue Knight.
You cut out for a second again.
Hang on a second.
Why are you so cursed? Maybe he did say something.
He did say something.
It's so poetic.
Somehow I joined the activity without joining the call again. That was weird.
Oh my
Anyways, I was saying in the video, I was saying something about how I was playing as the Blue Knight. Teagues interrupted me to say
Yeah.
that. And so it came across like I was the one that said it. And this is like the most viewed episode. I don't I have never said that, I don't think, unless talking about the food.
Wallace and Gromit.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was
But
perfect.
but my friends always ask me like, why did you... I've like tried to share this to people, and some people are just like, why did you say this? And I'm like, it is the worst thing to come out of the Earthbound podcast. Is that
You know what?
perfectly
You should send your
timed
friends
interruption.
this specific episode.
I mean,
Yeah,
this
just
is the
clip
one
this
that I
part.
do send. This is the one that I sent them
No,
for like a while.
this 1 year episode.
This 1 year episode. Nobody's gonna watch this one.
No,
It's gonna
well,
be
they
like,
will watch it if you send it to them.
It's 2 hours long. I don't.
No.
No.
I might.
No.
I might send
No.
it, maybe, but no, I don't think anyone's
Well,
gonna watch
what did you say, Teagues, that had to get censored?
it. It
I'm
showed
not
up
gonna
on the
say it
screen.
because I don't want. I'm gonna forget to censor it.
Oh.
Well, I say
It
it now.
showed up on the screen. There was an
Yeah.
image.
It was the word that I've been censoring all the
Oh,
podcasts,
okay.
which isn't really even a bad word.
Yeah, I just don't. I don't deal with it, but
I definitely.
But everyone's
can't.
like, why did you say that?
Listen, we're
And-
gonna find out. Is it called
No.
an experiment? No great mind in history has been like, I'm going to assume without a great experiment. You think Einstein would have said, "No, I'm going to censor myself when I called"? Okay, I'm just gonna shut
I
up.
folded really fast.
What is your rant? That
It
you're
reminded
about
me
to
of
go on?
the
I was
bit
gonna
from the
send
clip
this- I was
video
gonna
where
do- I
a
could
guy
go on a
stopped
rant here, but
himself.
I think that's the worst rant I could possibly
yeah.
go on. Is calling
Yes.
people. But I'm not going to censor it. No, I have to censor
But you
like,
did.
at least
I
3
did.
of them, right?
You have to
Yes.
censor at least like 12 words in this.
Okay, well, okay, that is true. It's fine. I'll scrub through it. I'll scrub through it. I'll do
Scrub
a deep cleaning. I'll
I'll
do a
scrub through
power washing. You know, Josh, what's your favorite character?
Hattie Haddington.
That
Oh,
Is-
I forgot I
okay.
said that.
That's a character.
That was
You can't
like a
say
great
it wasn't a
character.
character.
He is, but he's not originally from Castle Crashers, so you've disappointed me. And one day I will subject you to your fate.
I don't know what that fade is yet.
Fair enough. Also,
Yeah, we're still
Thick
waiting.
water.
Wow, 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 wow.
Thick water.
Thick water.
This
This.
How do we have 51 episodes of this,
As-
bro?
Why did you go? Well,
Yeah,
you went. I
52.
thought you were gonna. I was gonna say something, and then you went this, and then you just said something. I was like, oh.
I couldn't think of anything.
Because
You had
I
to-
guess
you were
we
supposed
just
to
we
interrupt
got
me
better,
there.
man.
You're supposed to. You know what? You're
We
supposed to
did
like
get
a
better,
one-word
I will
story
say.
thing.
I
Yeah.
started
like
talking
once-
like 15% more than I usually do.
Also,
Yeah.
Dude,
Josh,
yeah.
I think I'm broken.
That is not. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Maybe you should go to the hospital if you're broken.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
trying to do a one-word story and didn't
Anyways,
listen.
let's do the one-word story.
Once
Upon.
A
era
There.
wasn't
any
Sorcerers.
and
it
Was.
kinda
stupid
That.
there
weren't
Any.
sorcerers.
so
One.
Day.
the
I don't know why it took so long
Youngest.
to say day. Go on, you can do it.
You got it, Josh.
great story. Great story.
Yeah.
Great story.
It's my turn.
Nobel Prize.
So one day, the youngest. The end.
Just imagine we should repeat the first sentence of it twice. Once upon an era, there were no sorcerers, and it was stupid that there were no sorcerers. I think that was the entire story.
Yeah. But
Pretty
then one
much.
day, the youngest.
And the youngest was just there.
Yeah.
Dude.
One time, someone was the youngest. But you ever think that?
I'm
one
gonna
time
make
you
a
were the youngest
canon to
person
the
ever?
Earthbound dungeon that there were no
Ever think about that?
sorcerers.
There
Yeah,
were
that's
no
pretty-
sorcerers.
Sometimes.
You were the youngest person ever for like 3 seconds.
Probably
Yeah,
not even
but then
3
someone beat you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna beat you with
With what?
hammers.
Wait, that reminds me of
Isn't
the
rude.
one
Oh,
bit.
like Mario and
I never
Luigi.
lose.
Mario and
I
Luigi,
never
my
lose.
favorite game. Guys, what's your favorite Mario and Luigi character? What is your
No, I thought you were gonna say, "What's your favorite Mario and Luigi game?" And it's
no, what's
like,
your favorite?
one.
What's your favorite Mario or Luigi? If you had to pick one,
My favorite Mario or
Dude,
I like
I'm gonna say a
Luigi
really
and Mario and
controversial
Luigi more.
opinion.
well, do you prefer Sonic or Mario?
I prefer Mario, but that's just because I haven't really played many Sonic games.
Josh.
That's still true.
Same thing.
Same
Yeah,
with
Frank
me.
was in my
Well,
head.
You see,
Yeah.
I
Dude,
I'm a
he's already
revolutionary,
blocked
see.
me.
I say things
do you mean he
that people
blocked
are
you?
afraid to say.
He
I
just
think Sonic is
Okay,
better than
pause it
Mario.
real quick.
yeah, pause it. So okay, so I was just messaging him today, and he was like, "You want to play Splatoon 3?" And I'm like, "No, not really," because I not only was I at work, but I'm like, I don't really play Splatoon 3 anymore.
Yeah.
And so he got really angry. Let me bring up the exact message. He was like, "No, I don't really want to," and he's like, "Wait, why not?" And I sent him a GIF of a gorilla in a bathtub. And he was like, "No, man. All right, I'm sad now. Fuck you." And I pregnant reacted him. And he's like, "You know what? I'm blocking you. Never text me again." And now I literally can't send him any messages.
He never
that's-
asked me to hang out.
So Chu he never asked me to hang out too. I started playing Splatoon again last night. I played like a couple matches. I'm shocked he didn't ask me. Usually he asks me to do stuff. But Chu posted like his comic in the channel that he does, and he was like, "Usually I send this to Franco, but I can't because he blocked me."
Yeah,
So
because he's
that's
not on the
okay.
server that I posted on.
I saved the pictures and I sent them to Franco, and I was like, "I'm sending you these since Chu said you might have blocked him."
Wait, you got
Wow.
a message through to him?
I sent him the comic pictures, yes.
Wait, so he did block me.
Yeah.
You know,
Why are
I'm
you
gonna message him.
surprised? You can't message him if you're blocked.
Well, okay. because I tried sending him a friend request. And it's like, there was an error. We're not sure what happened, but like normally it would be like, oh yeah, this person has you blocked, so you can't send a friend request. But it's like an error. You know, I'm gonna just.
He definitely. I'm pretty sure he did just block you.
What the hell, Franco?
His profile picture is Knuckles now, so that's interesting.
Yeah,
That's true. Interesting character arc for him.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But
Listen,
yeah.
he never asked me to hang out. I mean, I wouldn't have been available today. I would have said no. I would have fucking rejected the shit out of him. But he should have asked me to hang out because it would have made me feel better.
I was like partially available for a lot of the day, but I would have been down.
I wasn't available until like 2 minutes before we started recording. So
Yeah.
anyway, back to the subject at hand.
Franco,
Okay.
if you're
Sega,
listening to
'cause
this, you should
Sega
unblock
does
Chew.
what Nintendo don't.
What
They
are you?
sure
What are
used
you
to.
from the '90s?
No, I was.
Man, that was a sick
2003.
burn, guys. Yeah,
That's still
You
actually a
were.
real long
Wow.
time ago now.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about
yeah,
2003 was a
Yeah.
long time ago.
yeah. You're saying that as if as if you're like 15.
I
You're
think
not.
I still think that the year is like 2015. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
Undertale just
guys.
came out.
2014 is just 3 months
That's
away.
awesome.
Actually, Undertale's almost
Yar.
years old.
Yep.
Sorry, I wasn't sure if I was gonna throw up in the middle of talking.
I don't know why I said that.
I
used to be like
You were about to throw up.
What's your favorite Undertale game?
Yeah, it used to happen sometimes.
Undertale.
Undertale 2.
That's actually both are correct though, because Undertale 2 is a game,
Yeah.
But
That
it
was
wasn't
made.
made by your father.
but you're not supposed to tell them that. They're gonna put that on my Wikipedia page.
Wait, Josh,
That is
come here.
canon Teague's lore. Your father made Undertale.
Are you guys?
Yeah,
Where are you?
but don't
And
put it on my
Delta.
Wikipedia.
Where are you guys?
I punched Josh.
Yeah, leave
Why
it
would you
off.
do that? That's mean.
Yeah, I'm a mean guy.
That's a guest you're punching.
Yeah. No, he's a co-host.
Oh yeah, well yeah. Actually, Josh, you were supposed. Well, we first were saying you're a guest, but I would like to offer you a job position
Right.
as a
Yeah,
permanent.
we're not going to
you're a-
tell you
you're a
what it is, but
co-host.
you have to say yes
Oh.
or no.
Yeah, don't listen to. I didn't say anything just now. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, great. You are
Congratulations,
now
you've
a
become a-
permanent co-host.
Hooray! Oh, I was going to say he's now our janitor.
Oh, well, I kind of like.
Yeah, you're the
Leon. I
janitor.
don't want a janitor. That's like.
Yeah, I went from like janitor to CEO in the span
Why are
of
you
like
shocked by
what?
that? You were like
5
offended that I said I
episodes.
like clean.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm sorry.
Well,
I'm
I forgot
I-
that you're the
That means you
CEO.
have to clean the set
Yeah, pretty good career
of
path
the
for me.
Earthbound podcast.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, that does kind of suck because like you did just pour all this goop and slime everywhere.
Yeah, well, I like the goop and slime.
It wasn't slime time this episode. No one's supposed to get slime today.
Wait, pause
That
it.
happens.
Well, they
yeah.
were supposed to.
That happens.
Yeah.
I have a very important question now that's a year later. Is it finally slime time?
Put it up to a vote, guys. Is it slime time? I vote nay.
Nay. I too vote nay.
Call me a horse.
Okay. All right. I'll ask on episode 104
Let's
Yeah,
go.
ask a year
Why
from
104?
now.
because that's a
Please.
year from now.
Well, today's 53.
Okay, fine. Episode 105 or 106 or whatever.
It's like 105 probably. I
Yeah.
imagine.
I'll
Every
ask
Friday.
on episode 105.
Every Friday at 7 a.m.
Every Friday at 7 a.m. is the Slime Time podcast, where one person gets.
If
the
we're still
lucky
doing
chance
this by
to-
105, are we going to
Surprise on
react
who
to
gets
ourselves
slime.
reacting now?
This is a
We
You know,
just
yeah,
do-
we should.
will be
We
expected to
should.
do every day,
The video
or else
will end
we
up
lose
being like-
equity in the company.
Imagine we get to like
Hours
the
long.
10th
Get
year
your,
and it's
pay
just
raise.
Because you
noise.
currently
It's
do have
just
1%
noise.
equity.
It's just a 24-hour
I mean, both of you
episode
do.
live
You share
stream.
You
1%.
have partial stock.
Both of you guys
Stocks.
share 1% equity in the company I earn. I have 99%.
Awesome.
You can decide like who gets how much of 1% each of you gets. You know.
I'll take 0.2%.
I didn't hear what you
I
just
just
said.
heard point.
So that means Shu actually gets to decide because you just lost your turn. Your turn.
Yeah. I'm gonna take 0.25%.
So that means Josh gets 0.75. Or actually, Josh could take less than that, and I would get the rest actually, and I would be able to make extra money. Because
Yeah, I'll
because
figure it
I
out.
do a lot of work as your boss.
Yeah.
Because
I'm okay
I
with
just
that.
decided just now that I'm the boss.
You do
here.
most of the
Yeah.
work. Shu and I do
You
the work
made the
of
podcast.
showing up.
Yeah, we do the
This
work
is
of
all we've been
showing
doing. No one
up.
helped me ever.
This is the
I don't
only
even
time
do
where
that
your
much
boss
work
does the most
sometimes.
work.
In fact, you guys, if you could even if you were just here, even
This is like if
weren't
you went to
here, even
McDonald's
if
and
you,
the
like, blew
boss,
up
the
right now, I could
CEO of
probably
McDonald's is the guy
perfectly
making all the
imitate your
food.
voices.
That would be
do the podcast by
awesome. They
myself,
should
you know?
have to do that.
All the
Dude,
other
they do
employees
that
just hang
sometimes.
out.
Well, no,
Yeah.
no, actually, I don't think it will. I don't have to. I pay you for a reason, right?
Yeah.
You know, I just don't feel like it today. I could, but I don't feel like it.
I could, but I don't want to.
I could. I'm too lazy today. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that.
That's a
Yeah.
great answer, Josh. That's a great answer.
For that, you're
just-
getting a
oh,
raise.
yeah.
You're getting a rate. I'm actually going to give you 75% equity in the company.
Awesome sauce.
Wow,
I don't know
dude.
who owns
And
what.
that's the
percent.
story of how
Awesome
I
sauce.
became
I
Wasn't
was
paying
about to
attention.
say,
Awesome
what's
sauce.
the percentage ratio?
awesome sauce.
Yep. You know,
Yep.
let's get to an hour. Well, we have 8. Can we record for 8 more minutes and then we can end the podcast?
We didn't
No.
actually make it to an hour
What do you
because I
mean?
miscounted.
We didn't.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
say no?
Like
that's okay.
54
Yeah, I
minutes.
said
I like
no.
how you're like, oh, we have
Why?
8 more minutes.
But, because no.
Why? What
It's
are we
fine,
gonna
it was
do
the pilot
instead? Then?
episode.
We're gonna end it at
Yeah.
52 minutes.
Well, we should do it like
No,
the
we had a
first
54.
episode of the Sleep Deprived podcast where one of us just has to leave.
Oh,
No.
well, we're not. We're
That is
in
still one of my
original
favorite
work of
bits
art.
that they've done.
Okay. We
Yeah.
don't need to mimic.
Where literally
them.
it's like 5 minutes, and
We don't need
I
to
think it was
follow any
Mika in the
rules.
first episode, right?
Yeah.
What?
He had to help his
Josh,
friend
what
with
Hey.
like
member
a
of the Sleep
computer
Deprived
issue.
podcast are you?
I
Yeah.
don't know what that is, so I don't
He's
know.
Mika. I said he's Mika. Because he's
He's
the normal
Mika?
one. He's a normal one.
Oh yeah.
There's the generic normal one always.
Chu, where are you?
The straight man.
Yeah.
I
There's
ask
no
myself
proof.
that question every day.
Oh man, that's like
Okay.
that one
I'm
title
asking
fight song.
it to you now. Where are you?
That's like that one title fight song, guys. There's this band that's really good. It's called Title Fight. That I've never talked
Whoa.
about before. I don't.
You still
talk
like
about
Title
it.
Fight?
I do
This is
actually. I
really good
really
band.
like
It's
that
called
fucking
Title
band.
Oh, sick.
Oh, I'm broken.
You are broken. You're a broken
I'm in
human
spectator
being.
mode.
You're a broken human being, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you still broken, Chu?
Well,
Yeah.
What are
Well,
we doing?
I
You should
was
probably
about
go
to
see a
say, how many
doctor.
more minutes do we get?
like 6.
6. Okay.
Wait, pause the video.
Actually, I don't know.
dude.
I just
I remember, like, the first couple podcast episodes, Josh would always ask, "Oh, is it
so
almost an
dumb.
hour?"
We're there
is
yet.
it
Yeah,
almost-
because it genuine. Nowadays, it doesn't feel like this anymore. But at the time, it genuinely felt like it both felt like forever, and I wanted to make sure that we were actually like getting to about an hour. As it went on, we started doing like an hour and 10, an hour 15. I stopped caring as much. And for this one, I definitely don't care. Because it's been like an hour and a half almost.
Oh, this is the year we can take our time. We can be special,
Yeah.
guys.
We can celebrate it.
We can, absolutely. But back then, these genuinely felt like they took forever to me, and I was just like, how long is this? How long are we doing this for? And I did not expect it to become, what it has come, what it has become now.
Come.
But yeah, at the time, I very much was like, guys, it's almost an hour. Or when it was an hour, I would go, guys, it's an hour, and you guys would go, yeah, and then we would keep recording.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because we
man.
enjoyed doing it, man.
Yeah, and I was
Dear,
like,
what, do
no,
you
it
not
has
want
to
to hang
be.
out?
I do want to hang out, but at the time I was like, no, it has to be an hour, guys, and now I don't care. So it's all good. I've matured.
Wait, Josh, do you want to talk about
Yeah.
today's sponsor?
What's today's sponsor, Chew?
Bread.
Bread. I'm sorry, that was so loud.
I said
I
it
think
was
it
so much
scared.
our
I think I
sponsors
woke
would
up
be-
everyone in my house. That was the
Our
worst noise I've
sponsor
ever
will be
made.
so happy if you're that excited about our product, Teagues.
Yeah.
Not our
dude.
products.
I don't know what you just said.
But
I can't
Josh,
hear you.
what do you think? What do you think about?
Bread.
What do you think about?
What do you think
Bread.
I
about?
think about bread. All
think
day.
But
about
no,
bread
you
a
have to
lot.
say you think about
'Cause we
balloons.
were mentioning the bread companies earlier. One
Well,
of
now
them
you
was
do.
the whole grain.
I
bread
think
for
about
sure.
The whole
balloons sometimes.
And
You
there
guys ever
was-
been to like Dollar Tree and they have
There's
all
a
the
brand-
balloons up
we-
in
they
like
have a
the
rather
air
controversial
cage or
shirt. I
whatever?
wouldn't say
Dude.
ever. I wouldn't use that word.
Yeah, the C word.
Well, like the ocean?
Yeah. R.
Yeah. I would never talk about the ocean and all those poor fish in the ocean who get fished up.
Like the seagull.
All those poor fish who get fished up.
Honestly, you would be a seagull. I think in like if you were reborn, I think you would be a seagull.
What would you be?
I
That
would
can
be
you pause
me.
it?
But again,
Yeah.
It's really funny that you said that for then Chu to later go on and submit his voice to try and be
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
a voice seagull.
Well, that
You
was
would be a
also
seagull.
referencing a image that I had sent to him. It was a seagull in sunglasses.
You posted it to your Twitter one time. That's what I remember.
Yeah.
Back when I
Yeah.
used Twitter.
Which
Yeah.
is again ironically
you were
the
like-
exact same thing you were trying to voice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't get it, but yeah, it's not a big deal. But I'm
It's
glad
Dude,
I'm glad I
I'm
applied
me,
to it
but
at least.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
absolutely.
I don't
I
need
just
to be
thought
me,
that
but
was a
awesome. I'm
fun
already awesome.
coincidence.
I'm already.
I'm always the coolest person in the room. What do you mean? I think
Do you
the
still
audio for
believe
this is
that?
broken, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
Can't
we
believe
just
I
spent
know.
an hour recording.
No. I mean, I think it made sound, but it's just not the levels are so bad. But that's like perfect. That's like the intent, you know. It's the artistic.
They were actually pretty bad. That's why the audio is
That's
so
the
compressed.
artistic vision.
because I used the mic like 40 times today.
Yeah, you did.
Cool.
But that's fine. And I keep changing voices, by the way.
You should have little animated icons that, like,
Yeah,
jump up and down.
Well, like the sound spectrogram.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's what I did.
Yeah, I'll
Dude,
do
that's
that.
what he did.
I can't make us hop
You
up and
should
down
do that.
individually
I'll do that.
unless we all record
Yeah,
separate
I
audios.
did at the time. I didn't realize
I'll pay my
that.
editor to do
Yeah.
that.
You would have to do it
sliding $20
manually.
across the table to
That's not
Yeah, that would-
possible.
Yeah,
That would be
I scoot
awful.
my chair around to the other side. Yeah, I don't even do that. I just crawl under the table to the other chair.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's exactly it, man. You know, this is a long form content. I think we're perfect. We got through a lot today. We talked about a lot
Honestly,
today.
yeah, it went by. The hour
feel
went
like
by
I
really
missed- I
fast.
feel like I missed most of what happened.
You missed like half.
The
Yeah.
hour and like
We
40
talked about
minutes
a
that
lot
we've
today.
been recording this has been gone
Yeah,
by
also,
really
didn't you
fast.
We
miss
have a
half?
few minutes.
Josh
Let's
entered
talk
at
about
like
one
17
thing.
or
Yeah,
18
I missed,
minutes
like-
in.
Yeah, I missed, like, a
how
third.
do we all meet?
Uh,
No.
I think
didn't-
I gave the
you're
actual
talking about
answer
the
probably
Uber
that.
story. Okay.
I'm talking about at that time we both got our fingers stuck in a Chinese finger trap.
Yeah.
In
and
fact,
then we
all of
looked-
us, all of
Yeah,
us,
all
we were,
three of us got
we
our
were like,
fingers
we
three-way
were
stuck
in like
Chinese
this
finger
triangle
trap.
shape. We were in this triangle shape. We all had like all our
We
pointer
were all
fingers
like,
stuck.
we all walked up to it just randomly in the bar, and we were all like, "Why would there be a triangle-shaped finger trap?" And we just
And
Yeah.
then we each put our fingers in, and then over the course of an hour,
Yeah.
we were like, "Hey, what's your name?"
We got trapped, and we had to find a way to get rid of it, to get out, to get free. But in that time, we learned so much about each other.
Yeah.
This
We
was
really
yesterday,
did.
by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. We made this podcast in
A
one
quickly
day.
formed bond.
you know, that happened, and we just knew.
Yeah.
This was
We
the
just
obvious
knew.
next step.
I
So,
love how Teeks isn't contributing anything to the Chinese
Is there
finger
anything you want
trap.
to shout out?
Well, I want to shout out today's.
I
sponsor
meant
one more
past
time.
Teeks.
Thank you to Bread.
Thank you to
for,
Bread. They've
Because
been
he was
going
like,
at
yeah,
it
tell the story about the
Whoa.
fun Chinese
How long
finger
has
Shout
it
trap.
been
out
around?
the
Like 20 years?
balloons.
I think they've been in the game for decades at this point.
Bread has been around a
Decades.
while.
Yeah, it
How
has
long
been.
balloons have
I've been
around.
eating bread, I think, for a long time
Dude.
now.
I've been
It's been
eating bread
around for a
months,
couple
maybe
decades.
years
I've been
now.
in the bread
Ooh, wow.
fandom, personally.
Probably more than decades.
We should make
decades.
a,
Not for a couple weeks,
We
I
should make
think.
a bread tier list.
Yeah, a couple days
Well,
maybe.
We have,
I don't
1
think we
minute.
should do that because it'll
The
just
It's a fortnight.
1800s.
Well,
Wow.
thank you for listening to the Earthbound podcast.
Bread was
you.
not invented
Actually,
in
we
the
may actually have already
1800s.
passed an hour.
No,
so
I'm
it
talking
it would
about
be real fun if we
balloons.
just
Yeah, he's talking about balloons.
Because we were talking about
That's fine,
bread
that's
and
fine.
randomly
original.
had an hour.
Yeah,
fine.
shout out to Brett.
Shout out to bread. Oh, I clicked
Shout out
again.
to balloons.
That's fine. So,
Whoa.
Wait.
The original rendition.
This is our outro.
Yeah.
History was written right there.
Now whenever I do like mouth noises, Daisy thinks I'm about to hang up the call and get sad, and then I'm like,
This
no,
message has been brought to you by
I'm not
Mike
hanging
Supply
up.
Orchestra. Eat
This
bread.
message has been brought to you by Bread.
I don't even do that to end the call
Oh,
either. I
man.
just do that as like a vocal tick now. And she's like, "You're leaving?" And I'm like, "No."
Guys, that was
Yeah,
episode 1.
Dude,
that was
that's where it
episode
Join
all
one.
us next week
started.
because we're going to go through episode 2.
Dude, can we just do that for the entire
We
year?
just- we just become a React channel, and then
Imagine every year we're reacting to the past one, so it just keeps going in an infinite loop, so that like by year 5 there's just constant talking.
right, but that's what I was saying earlier. Like,
Yeah.
if we
we do the same
if we
thing.
record next year us reacting to this episode, then that episode will be like 3 hours long or something.
No, it'll be the same length. It'll be the length of this one. Well, actually, no, it'll probably be longer because we'll have more to talk about then. We'll keep
Yeah.
pausing the one that was already being paused.
We'll pause it to talk about the first episode and to talk about this episode.
So yeah, it is actually going to get longer. But I imagine the moments where it's not paused is going to be awesome because it's just going to go from conversation of like, yeah, so it was really interesting about this part because looking back, we learned this and this, and then we unpause and it's just like just turns into fucking noise.
Oh, that would be. I actually do that. I do that on Vince's Twitch channel. I have a bit where I've done that like 9-10 times at this point, I think. I'll see if I can find the clip later, but it's.
Well, I also did. I did a bit like that. Remember the Teagues Choir?
I
Oh,
do.
yeah.
Teagues Choir, my
Dude,
favorite thing.
I love the Teagues Choir.
Yeah, I'm not going to show it here because I don't want to find it in my computer.
Yeah.
That is fair.
Oh,
That is
man.
like my favorite thing ever, though.
But yeah, guys, that was been quite a year. Who knows what's going to happen? We're going to have adventures. We're going to have tragedies. We're going to have disasters. We're going to have
Disasters.
adventures.
Are you talking
Hopefully
about the
We
Great
have like
Magic
50 more
War?
episodes.
The Great Magic War.
The
I also
Great
talking about we do have I heard of this dungeon, you know?
A dungeon.
This dungeon.
I
It's
think
bound to the
it's bound
earth.
to the earth.
It's found to the earth. Would you say it's 2?
What? Oh my god,
What?
the Earthbound Dungeon 2? Say that again.
Coming soon to a theater near you.
Whoa!
Also coming soon to a theater near you. Chew PI, hopefully.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Also
Yeah,
coming soon
eventually.
to a theater near you.
We-
is the
yeah,
thing I
there's
can't
a-
fucking talk about right now, but I want to.
The project.
The project.
The project. And also coming soon to a theater near you is. Wah, 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 wah.